Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of May tarot oracle reading. And Leo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Leo, we all have a little bit of Leo in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, what house is Leo in? That is probably where you will find this energy shows up for you the most. Also, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching this reading at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, it's been a while since I posted it, then you might want to take a look back at what was going on then and get further clarity as to your situation now. So we do have victory here. We have the Six of Wands. So this is the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, from the overall energy of this reading. And we have, this is victory. And the wands represent actions and passionate action. So this can, it's the element of fire made of wood, and wood fuels the fire. So this is, I really love this card. This is victory. It's talking about having victory in some sort of, it could have been like she's returning from a battle, but it could be a sporting event. It could be, you know, receiving a promotion at work, that type of energy. And the people in the background here, I feel some of them look a little disgruntled, but they have to admit that this person won fair and square, that they are a leader, and that, you know, they proved it by being able to rein in their emotions and come out of a situation victorious. And so this is talking now it's always a good time. Rein in your emotions and discipline your mind, and then you'll be reacting or responding rather than reacting to what's going on around you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is talking about the energy of the underlying energy for the internal forces. Internal forces are what's happening from inside of you, and you do have control over that. That's where you can, you can't, the external forces that come from outside of you, you can't control what other people say or do, or a lot of what's happening in the world, but what you can do is respond to it rather than reacting to it. And this is saying you've been on your path, the path of glory. This is your destined path that, and the divine, the Most High, is rewarding you with this reward of Pentacles. Pentacles in tarot represent wealth, health, and happiness in the third dimension. So this is talking about, you know, money, of course, is a part of that, because you have to have money in the third dimensional world to be successful. Having said that, hold on just a second. I'm just going to adjust my camera here a little bit. Just going to double check this, because when my cat was here for the other reading, she got excited and bumped it, and it banged into the table, and then that causes a lot of vibration. And I just noticed it was up against there. So I think it's good now. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got the path of glory and being rewarded. And the Pentacles, as I was saying, money is a big part of that. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. So the Pentacles are about lifestyle. And then we have another ace coming in. Woohoo! This is awesome energy, Leo. There's a lot of new energy out there right now, and so it's good to see these aces coming in. The ace represents brand new energy, a new way of doing something that is going to be more beneficial. So the Ace of Swords is talking about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth coming in. So help you God. So basically it's the swords represent the energy of the element of air. And it's talking about your mental intelligence, your discipline of your mind, and your thoughts. Your thoughts are expressed through words, so this can represent written word or verbal words. So it's some sort of information coming in, and that is going to empower you possibly to get these pentacles as well. So this is the position of your identity and your self-image. So you're identifying, you want the truth of a situation. So there seems to be some more swords here. We're going to look into this. And we do have the devil here. So don't panic yet, Leo. We'll figure out what's going on here. This is in your internal forces. So this card here represents that there's conflict, and there could be outer conflict. Especially when we have this energy here. So you could have been dealing with people that you had to fight for what was yours, basically. And this can represent real cutthroat energy coming in. You know, like this is coming from the internal forces. So this could be saying that you needed to take a risk to be able to deal with some cutthroat energy. This also can talk about having an inner battle within yourself. And this can be a battle of the wills, basically. And so this figure here could actually be 3 versions of yourself. And like one version could be your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is developed by the time you're about 5, 6, 7 years of age. Your subconscious mind, when you think about a baby, how much they learn in the first year, it's because they're like a sponge, and they absorb the environment around them at a very high level. It's heavily imprinted. Also, the thoughts and the actions of the people that are in charge of their care. You know, it's not until kindergarten that we actually get out more and we realize that, hey, everybody's not like our family. But that energy is so heavily imprinted on us that when we get triggered, we tend to go to the subconscious mind, and it's not necessarily the most reliable, because it's more the thoughts of the people that were in charge of our care when we were a baby and younger, because we can't remember it. And so we have to ask them for their opinions of what we were like, etc. And then we have the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind is from the soul's perspective. A lot of people recognize I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body. And this is your vehicle for navigating through the earth and getting what you need done. And if the soul is not being listened to and feels left out, it can bring a lot of conflict, inner conflict, and making up your mind on decisions, fighting with the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is what you have a handle on. It's like saying, I went to a meeting, we talked about these 3 main points, it went really well, then I stopped and had a coffee on the way home. That's you have total memory of the situation and you can describe it. It's your conscious mind. So when these 3 are working together, we don't have that conflict inside of ourselves, and it's easier to make decisions. And the way that you can discipline your mind is through meditation and prayer, quieting your mind, forcing it to be quiet and training it to be quiet so that you can feel with your heart what it is you want. If you can have these 3 minds congruent with each other, working together and plugged into your heart's desires, into your heart, that's when you are actually following your heart's desires, and your mind will support your heart in that. And it's more of an authentic you. And then we have this card here. Now, this one is talking about your abundance. And so this is, and how you feel about yourself. So there's some sort of inner conflict, and it could be because of the outer conflict, or the inner conflict can also be causing the outer conflict. It's usually a combination of both. And maybe there's some sort of something that's happened and it's bothering you because you don't have the truth. So the truth is coming through here. This is a gift from the divine. Sometimes when we really want the truth, somewhere deep down inside of us, we really don't. And so our, these swords are double-edged. They're our intuition and our logic. And our intuition might be saying, hey, there's something here that you need to know, but it's maybe about something that you aren't ready to accept as of yet. And we have this energy here now, and there's some more swords here. So there's a lot of air energy here. There's a lot of thinking going on. But eventually you do take action, and you come out of it representing your leadership role, which is definitely Leo energy. So I feel this is talking about a situation that's been in the past, or you're overcoming it now. This is the shift disturber, and the shift disturber is kind of a walking contradiction. We don't really know what this person's up to, whether they're just being clownish or they really have sinister motives. He has 7 swords here. He's got 2 planted, and he's walking off with the other 5, and he's being very sneaky about it. You notice he's looking back over his shoulder, and he's on his tiptoes, like sneaking away, but he's in broad daylight, so everybody can see him, so it makes no sense. And, you know, he's looking back, but moving forward and moving into the future without looking where he's going. So if he's a thief, if he's stealing these swords, then this could represent intellectual information, you know, that kind intellectual property, that type of energy. It could also be a white collar crime, like someone that, because he's in broad daylight here, and if he's a thief in broad daylight, that he could be sitting at a desk pushing paper. So this could be, you know, like money laundering and forgery and identity theft, crimes like that. And so that's something to keep in mind. And the part that really bothers me the most about this is that the way he's carrying these swords, because nobody carries swords like this. Like, this is very, very dangerous. These are very sharp. And if he trips, which he could very easily do because he's not looking where he's going, because he's so busy being sneaky, he could trip and fall and really, really hurt himself here. And if he's this dangerous and careless with his own energy, what would he be like with someone else's? So yeah, it's a weird energy, and it's talking about your early life communication. So maybe when you were younger, the people around you didn't understand you, or you were looking at the people around you and thinking, whoa, I'm being raised by a bunch of clowns. I don't know, there's some sort of energy here. I feel like you might be wise beyond your years, and we're just watching these adults and thinking, man, what the heck are they doing? Like, so there could have been a lot of confusion in your house, maybe a lot of arguing, that kind of energy, because this represents thoughts, and how do you express your thoughts through words. And so this sometimes can represent, with this conflict here as well, being in maybe in a relationship, like where your parents were in a relationship where they fought a lot, and it could have even been ending up in divorce or some sort of energy like that, and it has had an effect on you. And then we have the home and family. This is your emotional foundation. This energy, this is the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is one of 4 of the queens in the minor arcana from the tarot, and her element is the element of Pentacles. And so the Pentacles do represent health and wealth and happiness, as I said. And she has a really good understanding of the value of money. She's very resourceful and known for being so. She can make something out of nothing. And also, she prefers quality over quantity. So she's not going to be flashing her money around and purchasing like 6 cars and, you know, all the designer clothes and bags and all of that. She's more steady and stable than that. And it's like old money. Quite often, people who have old money are way more conservative, and they don't feel the need to flash their money around, because actually it's generational wealth that's passed down from one generation to the next. So they haven't experienced not having money. So it's like it's a different way of being raised. And you might have been raised in that type of energy. This is your creativity, your romance, and your children. And so we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is showing a lot of passion and, a lot of energy here. The Knights would travel far and wide. In the old days, the only way that they had long distance communication was like this. Maybe in the desert they had camels, but this is basically, you know, the knights would deliver the message, wait for the answer, and deliver it back. And sometimes they would be traveling through several kingdoms, so it could take a long time. These days we have all sorts of communication, so this could represent like a phone call, a text message. Maybe you have an email coming or something comes in the mail. You might be on social media and get messaged or see an event posted there, and you end up attending the event. And next thing you know, you run into someone and you're passionate about each other. This definitely does represent passion. And it's also a really good idea. This, if you're looking for some communication and truth, it's a really good idea to pay attention, even just for 5 minutes a day, what's going on at the top of the pyramid with the leaders of the world and the trends, etc., because that can really give you a lot of clarity about your external forces, you know, how they might be affecting you, because whatever's happening at the top definitely is affecting, to a different varying degree, the people below. And so this energy, the Knight of Wands, is a fiery figure. He has the wand, which is taking action with passion. He has this big red plume on the back of his head. This is very much Leo and Aries and Sagittarius energy. This is actually very Sagittarius because of the centaur. But so this energy is talking about having like maybe a bit of a temper and can be a little bit impulsive. The energy of the horse is representing you know, heartfelt emotion and a lot of passion when it comes to love and doing what you love to do, and having that exuberance. Also a love of knowledge, so, and travel and experiencing different cultures and that type of energy. The pyramids in the background here represent wanting to discover the mysteries of the world and learn about them. And this also represents the fire horse energy that we were in, that we moved into on February 17th in the Chinese calendar. On the new year, February 17th, we moved into the fiery horse energy from the snake. And the way that I just described this is very much the same with the fiery horse energy. And so it's talking about all the qualities that I said. What you need to watch out for with this energy, especially if you're already a fire sign, because you're already fiery, is adding too much fuel to the fire. And so like this can be an energy of, you know, if it's not a good time to be impulsive. It's not a good time to be in this energy where, you know, you see something maybe on social media and then you tweet all over the place, and the next thing you know, you realize, oh my goodness, that was AI, and it was like just inaccurate information, and now you gotta undo everything that you've done. It's that kind of energy. You know, if a horse runs, gets spooked and it runs and it gets the bit in its teeth, you can't really stop it. All you can do is hang on for the ride until it's over. And sometimes that's the energy of, like, if you get hot-headed and you know, become impulsive, you could really go really far in the wrong direction, and then it's hard to come back from it. And also this energy is talking about setting very high achievement goals, which is really a good thing. Having said that, you want to make sure you have the time to reasonably complete it. And so this energy can sometimes talk about burnout from trying to get too much done in too short a period, burning the candle at both ends. So, and then you'd end up not crossing the finish line, or when you do cross the finishing line, you don't get to enjoy it. Like this, that's what I love about this energy here. This is someone that is proud and, you know, has a lot of energy left, is ready to go again, you know, that type of energy. And then we have the devil. So the devil is talking about there could be some sort of temptation. There's health, daily routine, and habits here. So it could be saying that you want to an improvement in that area. This can talk about wanting to take shortcuts, maybe being tempted. This sometimes could be tempted in breaking, you know, you're feeling like, oh, I do the same thing day after day. I don't have anything to look forward to. So this can talk about, you know, wanting to do something out of the ordinary impulsively. and then regretting it later. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with going on new adventures in that, but you want to do it in a controlled manner, and you certainly don't want to be doing it with this guy. If you want it to turn out, you know, if you want to be on your path of glory and get this reward at the end that comes from God, you don't want to be taking direction from the devil. And so this is talking about two lovers who are yoked to each other, and then they're also chained to Saturn's box. And this energy is, you know, the devil is sitting on his haunches right in between them, basically. And this is talking about animal instinct. So this is lust more than it is love. And it's talking about an energy maybe being tempted. I don't know. It depends if you're in a relationship already, or you might be wanting the truth because you feel like maybe your lover, your partner, has been straying, or there's you know, a third party involvement. When the devil card comes in, I always cover it with the next card up. I want to see what minion does the devil send in to do his dirty work, and also because he can't do it himself, and also what is it about, and does God cover it? So we have, look at this, the Knight of Cups. There's a Knight of Cups coming in with a love offer, but he's being sent by the devil, it looks like. And so interesting. Now then, you know, yeah, really, there's no way around this. I would say, you know, the knight in shining armor, this could be someone that comes in and presents themselves as being like really charming, and they're really put together, and they've been, you know, wanting to take you out on a date and really wine and dine you, and be very love bombing energy is what I'm getting. But they have some sort of ulterior motive, and they might find you really attractive, but they're not, their goal is not to have love with you. It's to, maybe they know something about these pentacles coming in. And maybe this has already happened to you, and this is the sneaky energy that we're talking about. Or maybe this sneaky energy is sending someone in as, you know, to see, oh, like if they can control you, that kind of energy. What do we call that? We call that, the word is escaping me, but it'll come to me at some point. A handler. This could be someone who's a handler being sent into you. And we have judgment being called on that, though. So judgment is the first card for the external forces over here. And okay, so first of all, let's talk about these internal forces. So definitely, if there's some sort of temptation coming in, and you're feeling some temptation to be with someone that just introduced themselves out of the blue, or, you know, like it feels a little off, be really aware of this underlying energy that could be there. The truth you might not know the whole truth as of yet. And when we have this inner conflict, a lot of the time, it's because we know there's something wrong, and our intuition is trying to tell us, but we're not, you know, we can't quite grab it. And sometimes, like if we're in this energy and feeling really passionate, you know, the devil's not going to tempt you with something that's ugly. The devil's going to tempt you with something shiny and pretty. And so judgment, the internal forces here are, you know, this is something that you're going to have to manage, because if you give into temptation before you know that this is on the up and up, it could really lead to a lot of issues for you. And then we have judgment coming in, and this judgment is coming in from the Most High. And it's also like this card is representing an energy of the spirituality coming down. So its spiritual court has been in order, and something has already been judged. And this energy is coming down. So it's like whatever is going, the truth is going to come out, and about whatever situation this is. And as I said, this is cutthroat energy, and there could be some thievery there. It could be money laundering, you know, all of those kinds of things. And all of a sudden someone wants to come into your life and be really passionate, or someone from your past comes in and said, let's have another go at it, you know. be very careful. So this is, the judgment is coming in, and the ancestors are literally climbing out of their boxes. They're so happy. They're like, oh, yay, judgment. So when judgment comes, it usually involves karma, and a lot of people feel like karma is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect for your actions and your inactions. And so your ancestors might have some unfinished business, and even your descendants, depending, you know, on how old you are, that kind of energy, they can, they're waving back and forth across the veil here. So this energy can talk about, you know, the ancestors are literally climbing out of their box. They might have some unfinished karma here that they haven't handled, and so we can have direct karma. We went out and we go out and we do something, we know it's wrong, like here, and we're tempted though, and we do it anyway, and then the next thing we know, you know, we have karma. And indirect karma can be from your ancestors' unfinished business before they cross the veil. It also can be about even your descendants, even some potential descendants that weren't born. They sometimes come through. And also this energy can be about associates, partnerships in business, that type of energy. And so judgment is being called, and this is an external force. You won't be asking what if at this point. You'll be asking what EF, what the EF happened. Here you'll be asking, what if they do this and I do that? And what if I do this? What's going to happen? The woulda, shoulda, couldas of life. This is more like what the EF happened. I was going along, I was staying on my path, I was victorious. God was sending me the information in about this. I know there's some pentacles coming for me, and it's actually a lot of pentacles. And I was feeling passionate about life, and then I went and did this. It's that kind of energy. Now what? And here we have the wounded warrior. So I do feel that the choice you're like, if you're along on this part of the journey until this point, you have been stand up. You've landed these wands. It's been a lot of energy. So this is like the wounded warrior, someone that stays on their path and manages to stay on their path no matter what. So I feel like that's what this is saying. But this energy is saying, because this is in your commitment, partnerships, and marriage, it could be saying your spouse or partner or a business partner didn't stay in this energy and gave into some sort of temptation, and that energy has caused you a lot of problems, because as I said, if you're still associated with them, you're going to share in the karma that they're experiencing. This wounded warrior energy, it's almost like, you know, here we have you victorious, but this is saying how tired you are. And this is talking about your commitments, partnerships, and marriage. So it's almost as if your partner, your spouse, whatever that is possibly was tempted. And they could even be collaborating with someone with the money. There's something going on here. So yeah, we're going to pay attention here. So now this is talking about someone. It's interesting because this energy coming in can be talking about someone that this energy, whatever happens, this is when the transition happens from you. And it's from the outside energy. And it's saying that basically you learned so much from this energy that it gave you this pre-empress energy. So this has been really a difficult time with this energy here. And you've had to make some decisions about this energy. You might have, you know, here, because judgment is being called, so it comes down to earth. Sometimes the sword energy can represent divorce in tarot, but this card here is in your transition spot. So hidden secrets coming out, transition. So I feel like that once this energy comes out, you're in this energy then. And there's only 10 pentacles in the tarot. And so when the information comes in from what these people have done, it's going to tell you about your, you know, this truth is going to be, thank goodness, that you have the truth promised to you, so you'll have an idea of what really went on here. And so this energy is talking about the 369, and here you have your hand on 6 pentacles, and you have 3 behind you here. This person has learned that this is a ratio that they keep. They know that they have to, this is 2/3 of what they have available in money. They keep for themselves to pay the bills of the house, the business, you know, make sure everything is in order. If there's a slush fund for if the, you know, appliances break down or the car breaks down. And then this behind her is representing maybe 1 pentacle. She's investing in more risky investments that, you know, she's willing to take the loss because the return, if it works out, is going to be really, really good. And this is talking maybe about giving to charity and possibly saving up for a vacation for the family, or that kind of energy. So this pre-Empress energy it reminds me of Nikola Tesla, the inventor and the genius, and he said if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And I feel like that's basically what this falcon is representing. She has the foresight. She's learned maybe the hard way, because she's in pre-Empress energy, how to deal with this money. And there is a lot of money here, because the 9 of Pentacles, if you think about 10 being the highest, that would be the billionaires, and this would be multimillionaires. So we're talking like a legacy that can be passed down to your children and your children's children. And before here, it's just you've been working on it, but then this information comes in, and somehow that reward then comes in from the external forces here. And look at this, we have a soulmate coming in as well. So I feel like, yeah, this energy, there's a lot of soulmate energy in these readings so far, just in the last couple weeks. And I feel like this has a lot to do with the energy that we're moving into. This new moon is really interesting too, or this full moon coming up. And I'm going to get all the cards out, and then I'm going to discuss with you what I feel is going on, how you can use this full moon energy to really support you here. So the 2 of Cups is talking about soulmate energy. These 2 people are very balanced within themselves, high in communication with source energy. I call it HSN, the higher self network. They're communicating very well. And this energy is talking about 2 people that come together, and it satisfies the unconscious mind on a very high level. It's like a contract coming in to empower each other to stay on their destined paths, and be supportive of each other. And also it can be a very passionate energy. It can be from like a past life energy. If you don't believe in past lives, there's enough people on the planet that do. So it could just be talking about someone that you've known from your past, but you haven't had a relationship with. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of money at stake here. There's a lot of, it's business, it's that type of energy. There's a lot going on here. So this is learning about the give and take, and being grateful for what you have, and having a supportive environment, that your home environment supports your outer environment. And this is talking about your higher learning. And so perhaps this King of Pentacles is representing someone that maybe you went to for financial advice, and maybe it turns out they're your soulmate. It could be that kind of energy. And look at this, because if you're the Queen of Pentacles and now we have the King of Pentacles, this could represent the soulmate energy that comes in. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And so because the King of Pentacles is known to be someone that's really has a lot of admired for their business acumen. This is generally someone that is in the financial industry, like the banking, or it could represent, you know, if this is a banker, it would be someone high up in the bank, at least a manager or something, like a loans officer, that type of energy. This could also represent, you know, accountants and financial advisors and wealth advisors, that kind of energy. insurance, all of that type of energy. And generally that would be someone that is a partner in an established firm, or they have their own business. This could be an entrepreneur who's very successful. This also represents real estate, so land development. The pentacles are the element of earth. So this mortgage brokers, you know, and they also coming from the earth, it could be precious metals, so the stock market, that kind of energy. And this also could represent a successful entrepreneur. The grapes on the robe of the King of Pentacles, grapes in tarot represent a luxury item that is challenging to grow, and especially to make money off of it. This is talking about someone who has, a lot of people would admire their ability to do that. And so this is talking about your career and reputation. So maybe this person comes through, and maybe this is someone that is backing an idea that you have that's really brilliant, and you didn't have the backing before. You know, and you maybe have been working on it, but now all of a sudden this person's like, I'll back you. This is a good idea. That type of energy could definitely be something like that. And then we have also the Page of Cups energy can be talking about, he's got his eye on you too, and he's thinking, this person is single and I'm single, let's get together. So the Page of Cups is communication coming in. This could be like, let's go on a date. Let's, you know, I'm interested in getting to know you better kind of energy. The Page has, he understands there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he is really admiring this fish, and he's got his eye on this fish. This also could represent an energy from the past, with this kind of energy, and you know, being in like this person here that's trying to come in, that might be someone from the past, or this could represent someone that's new that this energy is sending towards you. This could be something fishy in your love life, like there's something stinks. So you know, be very careful here. But I feel like because you know, and if that is you know, be aware, keep your you know, really keep an open mind here, and really be focused on getting to this truth of the matter, because this energy could be, you know, this is following, the King of Pentacles is following the soulmate energy. So I feel like this is more talking about the energy that God promised here, and this is talking maybe about someone else that has been sent in from this situation that you've asked for help from, unless this King of Pentacles is involved, and it's talking about that as well, and he's really not your soulmate. Keep your wits about you. And this is talking about that. We'll clarify some more. So this is an energetic upgrade. So if this is, I feel that this energy is on the up and up, because this is saying it's an energetic upgrade, as above, so below, infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. You do have the tools that you need, and you have the discernment. This is saying that you've learned discernment in who you are going to invest in, and what you're going to invest in, and how much you're going to invest in. And this is talking about, you have the tools that you need to create a beautiful garden on earth. You just have to know which tool to use for which job, and make sure you use them. You may have noticed that if you leave tools laying around in your garden, they don't get up and do the work for you. So yeah, so this is talking about, let's just talk about this full moon for a minute here. This is Scorpio energy, the transition energy, and that's what the moon is in. And the moon is, across the wheel from the moon is the Taurus energy. And Taurus is all about abundance, and this is sitting right in this house. And so you have some sort of inner conflict and outer conflict coming in because of this abundance coming in, I feel. This the Scorpio energy The Taurus is right directly across the wheel from the Scorpio energy. So this is opposing energy. This is the sun is in Taurus and it's shining light on any hidden secrets, anything, and it seems to be about these pentacles that are supposed to be coming into you. And the pre-Empress energy, the Empress is actually Taurus energy. So there's some sort of connection here. And you know, Taurus is talking about this is mine, and the Scorpio energy is saying more like this is yours, but I I have it here. So I feel like this energy is wanting to get their hands on this. This is a lot of money. And so this is talking about, you know, Taurus energy loves form, like material. It's all about matter. The pentacles represent bringing that which is just a thought into the matter. And the energy of Scorpio is all about transition and what if we blow things up and then destroy it and then bring it back together? What happens? Is it going to be even better, or is it going to be worse? And this is shared resources energy as well. So if this is your pentacles and someone here is coming in to play with your pentacles, you have to be very careful of this energy. This is talking like about matter, personal values, material goods. This is talking about being secure. Taurus energy says, let's be secure. And the Scorpio energy is saying, let's just destroy it all and see what happens, and then shake it up and see how it plays out. This is talking about shared possessions, change and transformations happening. So some of that, like this is talking about all of a sudden you're the wounded warrior and now you have this. But the Scorpio moon is saying, be careful like who you are associated with at this time. This is like the Taurus energy is the toddler of the universe, you know, the second card in the universe. And toddlers, like, yeah, you know, you could buy them a fancy toy and then you'll find them in the kitchen cupboards playing with the pots and pans. And that's the kind of energy, being able to be happy just with the simple things in life and enjoying like luxuries, like just very tactile. And the energy with this full moon, it's going to be encouraging like this this conflict to work it out, kind of. And it's talking about sharing and saving, kind of that kind of energy. And this moon is a particularly emotional one that wants us to express our feelings, but we have to be really careful with that, because you know, who are you expressing what to? I feel like with all this energy here, and that being in transition, let's take a look, and I'm going to clarify. For those of you who are like, no, I have a pretty good idea what's going on, I'm reading, there's several scenarios coming through here. And, you know, because it's a general and collective reading. So take what works for you and just leave the rest. You might have a really good idea here in your situation, what's going on. And the Leo energy, you know, this leadership role, it's bringing, this energy is meant to bring you into a leadership role. So I'm going to use my Oracle Tales from the Vector. I started this in 2007. I'm an artist. I did 64 paintings in 2020. I completed them all. I've had this Oracle out and about in the past at my seminars when I used to teach seminars. And I also had it at psychic fairs, but I didn't have all the paintings done. And now they are done. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I'm playing with the cards. I do have a lot of information written already, but the only way you can tell with Oracle cards is to play with them a little bit. And so that's what I'm doing. And it's also an energy of, okay, so I'll stop here at the internal forces and we'll get going here. So in the description box below, I will put the numbers of these cards. I'll put them in the order they appear here. So they represent the paintings as they are numbered in my gallery. So if you want to check it out, they say a painting paints 1,000 words. So you might get more idea if this clarification isn't all that you need. So we have justice coming in, and that's about you stepping into this leadership role and being able to step into that. There's some karma, and that's what I was picking up here. There's some karma that's going to happen when this judgment hits. And so if you're still associated with people that are going to be hit with karma, you're going to end up getting that instead of what you deserve, kind of like from being on your journey. And so we have, this is going to take strength and courage and integrity to stay. And this is what it's saying, like, you may have been in a situation where you're watching the people around you and you know that they're not on the up and up and they're doing sneaky things, and you have your suspicions, but you're determined to do things and stay in your integrity. And you kind of feel kind of sad sometimes because you're like feeling a little bit like, you know, people around you who aren't in their integrity seem to do better than people who are in their integrity. And we see that a lot in the world, and it can be really challenging. But also at this time, we're seeing a lot of energy of the people at the top, like, you know, that are really talented and have they have a lot of talent, and they're beautiful and handsome, and they have everything going for them. And yet look how miserable some of them are. Like, it's coming out with all the information coming out with the files and all of that energy. So we're in right now astrologically on the moon is on the 1st of May, the full moon. But right before that, we have the Uranus, the planet Uranus, is moving into the sign of Gemini. And it has not been there since 1941 to 1949. And, you know, that was when World War II energy was. And so this is kind of very similar energy to that. A lot of conflict in the world, in the outer world. And then that's causing a lot of insecurity and inner conflict in people. And we're seeing it in the markets, and we're seeing it in, you know, just in the world in particularly. And we're seeing it in the inflation and that kind of energy, and people having a hard time dealing with that. So this energy is talking about how to deal with that. We have the moon. It's saying like that this moon coming up is going to really highlight this conflict between shared resources and what you want to keep for yourself and how you want to deal with that conflict. And it's also a moon where there's a lot of emotion behind it, and people are going to, you'll see this happening because a lot of people are changing and they're having a hard time. Like, there's a lot of change hitting really quick, and so a lot of people are quite emotional about who they are and what they want and how they think it should be, that kind of energy. So we have the moon energy is talking about when you discipline your mind, then you have the freedom to have reckless abandon. And that's W-R-E-C-K. And this is talking about worldly and otherworldly desires. And you know what I said about being able to plug into your heart and go after your authentic desires. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people get into the karmic space where they care more about matter than they do about spirituality, to the point where the unconscious mind is unhappy. And then sometimes people are so spiritual that they don't care about what's happening in their in the matter of the physical. And there needs to be a strong balance there. Degradation of I feel like there's some sort of this sneaky energy. If you have someone and you think, oh, that I know exactly who that is, watch out for that energy. Get down to the truth. Indifference, sometimes when people will make decisions, some people will do anything for money. And so if they feel like there's this money coming in, it'll be like, oh, we're all in it together, and they're pretending to be your friend, but they really just are after the money possibly. And that's, I'm feeling that because of this devil energy here. So there's someone's being tempted that's in your life, or you're being tempted on some level. So, you know, remember that you've managed to stay on your path this time. And it looks to me like you have stayed in this energy and you're standing. You're tired though. And then we have the Scorpio energy. So this is literally, this energy is coming in and it's representing this moon coming up. So this is like that rein in your emotion energy, rein in your emotion. You're a leader. Leos, if you want to stay in a leadership position, you don't want to fly off the handle, get, you know, like, and lose your shift. You don't do that. This is when the World card comes in, it's talking that this cycle is over. And I feel like that's because judgment is coming in over what happened here. So you might find out that you might have a lover or a spouse or a business partner that you really care about, or even a family member or something like that. Or it could be all of the above, who knows? You know, we don't know who's involved and who's not in this. If you're suspicious, look into it, because this cycle is ending because you don't go for the temptation. You're staying on your path. So the judgment is being called on other people who have been going against you. And they might have been really causing you some difficulties in getting what was this reward that should have come to you. We have deception. Yeah, there's a hex in the city. Kiss me good. So this is talking about this energy of sending someone in possibly, and also maybe possibly having been with someone and they were sneaking around in that type of energy. We have use your insight. So that's talking about the third eye, and this is talking about use your insight regarding any partnerships that you have had and any that you're getting into. The transition is talking about letting go of attachments from the past. So yeah, if someone's coming in and they're wanting a second chance, that kind of energy, and you know that there's something not right, you know, it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do, but if we get attached to, we can get attached to old situations that are no good for us, and those attachments just cause more karma to come in. And this also can talk about someone else's attachment, because this is in that transition Scorpio energy that we're talking about, where they want to share your resources, and what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So if it was, you know, if the roles were reversed, they would not be sharing with you, is basically what it's saying. And then we have this energy coming in of Virgo energy. So really strong communication. And the Hermes symbol here is talking about healing energy and getting things in order. And so this is talking about the communication between the soulmates energy being really beneficial. And then we have, I just want to point out when when these signs come in, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the qualities of the sign and what they represent. Although in your own personal situation, it could be that they reflect specific people. Use your intuition on that. I just want you to be aware, though, that's not my intention. My intention is to be able to learn from each of the signs. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and most of us have almost all of them in our birth chart. Somewhere inside of us, we have a little bit of Scorpio and a little bit of Virgo. And then we have the guidance star, which is talking about the crown chakra energy. And this is, again, this is sitting on your career and reputation. So this is talking, this could be saying that these pentacles are coming in from a brilliant idea or something, and now you have a backer, and that backer could be your soulmate. I feel like it's kind of clarifying that energy, because this is talking about this person being on their destined path as well. So that's kind of confirmation. I feel that the sneaky energy is coming in from this energy, and it might not be someone that you were with before, but it might be someone they sent in to you. And I have a feeling that you're just going to laugh and say, no, thank you. It's going to be really obvious. If you've ever had that happen, where someone, you know, send someone in and they think, oh, they'll fall for this person for sure, and they show up and it's like, no, it didn't work. And so this transition is talking about blessings coming in. So this is, I feel like this is representing this energy here of your soulmate energy. Use your intuition on that, but I feel like this is where that transition comes in. And then we have the Emperor energy. And so this is a high-level performance person, you know, that's coming in. And I do feel that this could be someone that the Emperor quite often represents someone that is an authority figure. You know, they're high up and that they can get to the truth. If you can't, they can find a way to get to the truth. And when they get to the truth, you know, everything changes. And that's when because the Emperor energy is sitting on energetic upgrade. And so King of Pentacles, this could be, you know, that type of energy. So yeah, I do hope that this has been of benefit from you. It seems like you've got a lot going on that's really good. And once this conflict is resolved, you're really I feel like you're going to have it's going to be a big sigh of relief. Finally some peace in your life, and having a partner that supports you would be amazing. Even if that partner isn't a lover, it could be someone that is backing your business and really likes your ideas, and you know, you see eye to eye on them, and maybe they have the part that you're missing kind of energy, whether that be in love or that be in business. So as I do hope you've enjoyed this. Give it a like and comment if you have. I really appreciate it. It really does help me with the algorithm of my channel here. And also consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy. I would be honored if you did so. Bye for now.